Good morning to all of you. Welcome back to Hospitality Engineering. Today we will see chiller operation and maintenance. First, I will take you through the one plant room. You can see the chiller. The insulated one is evaporator and another one is condenser. Now before start the chiller, you have to ensure primary pump section valve and delivery valve should be open. Similarly, ensure secondary pump inlet valve and outlet valve open condition. Same way, condenser pump inlet valve and outlet valve should be open. Ensure water freely flow into the cooling tower. If you have different zone in secondary side, ensure all the secondary side chilled water valve opened in all the zone like banqueting and guest room. Now switch on the primary pump, check the amps, switch on the condenser pump, check the amps, switch on the cooling tower. Note down all the amps taken by the motors. Note down the VFD. Since VFD is integrated with the sensor, it should work on the auto. Now note down the reading from the chiller display. As per the chiller manufacturer daily log report, note down the following chiller reading. Chiller mode of operation, auto stop. The standard limit you have to take it from the OEM manual, and ensure every hour or every 2 hours you have to take the reading. Evaporator entering and leaving temperature, condenser entering and leaving water temperature, active chilled water set point, average line current, active current limit set point, evaporator in entering water temperature, evaporator leaving water temperature, evaporator saturation refrigerant temperature, evaporator refrigerant pressure, evaporator approach temperature, evaporator water flow switch status, expansion valve position steps, expansion valve positions, evaporator refrigerant liquid level, condenser entering water temperature, condenser leaving water temperature, condenser saturated refrigeration temperature, condenser refrigerant pressure, condenser approach temperature, condenser water flow switch status, compressor starts, compressor run time, system refrigerant different pressure, oil pressure, compressor refrigerant discharge temperature, discharge superheat, the load taken by the each circuit, amps, volt, condenser water in and out pressure, chilled water line in and out pressure. If you have number of primary and secondary pump as well as condenser pump, cooling tower pumps, note down the which pumps are working from what time to what time. Now we will go into the monthly checklist for the chiller. Before you do any monthly preventive maintenance, you have to pre-planning is very important. In this stage, inform to the all the users when you are going to take the shutdown, your banqueting or from your guest room area, you have to inform them. Then isolate the incoming source and supply. Make sure that supply is not available at the input terminal of the equipment. Use necessary tools, ladder, as required, hand gloves and other safety device. Ensure everything in ready condition. Then CS observations. Check the water pressure drop across the evaporator. Whatever the standard guideline, you take it and put it into the guideline. Clean the power control panel with the control cloth. Check the connection for all the switchgear like contactors, relay, electrical accessories. Ensure the functioning of the pressure gauges and the temperature gauges. Review the evaporator approach temperature. Log evaporators and hardness, water hardness is very important. Condenser approach temperature. Log the condenser water hardness. Check, record the history of the alarm for the month. Ensure proper housekeeping and list of the consumable likely required for the monthly maintenance, and who is doing, what time it started, what time you are going to close. Those all the details you have to mention in the monthly checklist. Quarterly checklist, more or less similar to the monthly checklist, but few things added here. The pre-planning is the same as you did in the monthly checklist. Observation stage, ensure all the monthly checklist point has been repeated. Then inspect all the refrigeration pipe work and controller auxiliaries and check for the leakages by soap solution after switching off the chiller. Check the leakages and check the operation of the valves from close to open and open to close twice and bring back to the original position. Check all the flare nuts are tight and secure. Clean the control panel enclosure and remove all the dust using the vacuum cleaner or air blower. Check all the cables, contactors, relay for overheating or spark. Check all the electrical connectors and tighten if required. Check all the sensor valve, control cables for any damages and loose contact. Rectify if required. Check all the relevant nuts and bolts and ensure the housekeeping and quarterly maintenance required spares and consumable. Also ensure who is doing, what time it started, what time it is ending. Yearly checklist for the chiller plant. The both we have to do monthly and quarterly, half yearly. Also, if you have those three things, we have to do first. Then check all the voice strainer for any choking. Clean the pot strainer if required. Ensure all the necessary test has been carried out by the AMC vendor. Check all the condenser tubes and water flow. Descaling should be done for the condenser if required. After you completed, ensure housekeeping is done. Proper housekeeping job is done. Then list of the spare parts and the consumables are so important while you do the yearly preventive maintenance. Now we will see how to check the condenser water testing. The method is called the EDTA, EDTA titrations. Permanent hardness is usually determined by the titrating it with a standard solution of ethyl diamidetroacetic acid. The EDTA is a complexing or gelating agent used to capture the metal ions. This causes the water to become softened, but the metal ions are not removed from the water. The method includes a series of titrations to determine the total permanent temporary calcium magnesium hardness of the given water sample. First, the EDTA solutions is standardized by titrating it against the standard CaCl2 solutions, and its normality is found out. Endpoint is appearance of steel blue color. First pink point, then endpoint is the appearance of the steel blue color. You can see here there are three flasks. You can see A, B, C colors of the solutions before and after the titration. Then the total hardness is found out by the titrating the water sample. We have to put the buffer solutions and the EPT indicator against the standardized EDTA solutions with endpoint as the same steel blue color. Hardness, the number of drop, multiply 50 into 1000. N is the normality. The permanent hardness is found out by titrating boiled and filtered the hot water sample against the EDTA solutions. Temporary hardness is found out by subtracting the permanent hardness from the total hardness. The calcium hardness is found by titrating the water sample added 2N NaOH indicators against the EDTA solutions. Here the endpoint is appearance of purple color. If necessary, the magnesium hardness is found by subtracting the calcium hardness from the total hardness. Now we will see the practical way of doing the hardness testing. In condenser line, if you have the test pipe, take a flask and open the water. Take the solutions, EDTA solutions, ammonia buffer, indicate, flask. Then EDTA is taken in the purette. Take the 50 ml ammonia buffer and put the indicator. Now titration start. So number of the drops, through drops you can able to determine the hardness of the condenser water directly. This is a very simple straightforward method to find out the water hardness. Now based on the water quality, you have to add the chemical dosing in the cooling tower circulation water. Here we will see what are the chemicals required for the cooling tower. Daily you have to use the scale corrosion inhibitor, pH booster, microbiocides as when required based on the water quality. The water treatment is very important for the cooling tower and health of the chiller. There are different chemicals are available in market. You have to choose based on the your quality of the water. Also ensure the OEM recommendation. Now we will see how to do the condenser tube cleaning. There are manual method as well as automatic tube cleaning machines are available in the market. Once in a year you must do the tube cleaning based on the condenser approach. If you well maintain the water treatment, then limited cleaning is required. eddy current to check the thickness of the condenser tube and evaporator tube. Once in 5 years it is recommended. You need the equipment to do this test. Now we will see how to do this test. Similar tube cleaning, here also you have to put the tube inside. Through system you will be able to do the thickness of the tube. Based on the thickness you can be able to understand the condition of the evaporator and condenser. Now, do we require AMC? What type of AMC required? This is most of the chief engineer ask this question. Yes, definitely chiller required the AMC from the OEM. And type of AMC depends on the chiller make, water treatment, skill set of the operation team, and business health condition. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you all subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification, like it. If you have any feedback, please write an email.